Today, we are going through the 4 different areas of self-care or life care in the Journey of You Planner. And today we're focusing on your mind, your mental and emotional health. Do you have quick, easy tools to help your mental and emotional health in less than 5 minutes? If not, I have 2 tools that you can use. Hey friend, the daily demands of life leave you exhausted and burnt out with no time for yourself. Are you feeling alone in your relationship and hopeless of life ever changing? Hey, I'm so glad you're here. I'm Christina, married 18 years to my neurodiverse husband and mom of 3 neurodiverse kids. Welcome to the Neurodiverse Family Life Podcast, where we are reclaiming self-care for moms while still being a loving wife and mother. Get ready to begin your self-care journey. Grab your latte planner as you listen in and take small steps towards a healthier you. Hey friend, I'm glad you're taking time in the midst of your laundry, or as you're driving kids to school, or you are hiding in a closet, eating a snack and listening on your phone. Wherever you are, I appreciate you being here. Today we are going to walk through one part of the Journey of You Planner, specifically a portion of the self-care or life care, and that is the mind. And mind is about mental health and emotional health. And I wanted to share with you 2 resources that I have used and I have written down in my planner multiple times, and have used this on an ongoing basis to help me out. So again, real quick, I am doing a Kickstarter for the Journey of You Planner, and I know some of you are interested, but you're kind of like, oh, I have time. Well, your time is starting to run out. As of this recording and posting, there will be 12 days left for you to sign up and be part of the crowdfunding for the Journey of You Planner. Again, Kickstarter is a way for creators and entrepreneurs to get other people to gather around them and support them in launching a new product and being a emotional and also financial support. And some people are supporting by buying just inserts, and inserts are starting at $20. If you have a limited budget, you can start at $20. And if you want a complete planner system, you can start at $65 with a Luxe A5 wide ring binder. There's a lot of options there. So anyway, I highly encourage you to check it out. But let's talk about mind. So again, for the life care or self-care portion of the Journey of You Planner, there's something that we're doing every week at minimum. And the self-care is your mind, health, community, and enjoy. And we're going to be just talking about mind. And so mental health is the ability for your mind to be processing and thinking, and this is my explanation, not anything official, but the ability for you to process your thoughts and ability to sharpen your mind, to read books that are interesting to you and they pique your interest. Emotional health is referring to the ability to express your emotions, process your emotions, the ability for you to identify. Can be a big one and even for those of our neurodiverse loved ones, for them to identify their feelings. And I find that the mind, the emotional, mental health go very much hand in hand. Sometimes if we have too much challenges, our mental health will be suffering along with our emotional health because we have not processed the feelings. And when I began seriously working on my mind and finding ways to nurture it, to cultivate my mental and emotional health so that I can be a mom who is present and engaged with my kids, I came across one and then later 2 resources that extremely helped me. Like I one resource I can't even imagine not having. And the first one is the Pause app, which if you're a longtime listener, you've heard me mention the Pause app by John Eldredge multiple times. And this is an app which is taking his books that he has written in the last 5 years, 6 years, and putting those spiritual practices into place. Now, if you're a person who Christina, I believe in God, but I'm not really a Bible person per se. he has it done very well that you could actually select only to listen to music and images and not listen to the words. The words would have prayers and prompts, but if you just want to listen to calming music, if you want to be able to at the same time look at beautiful, relaxing photos, this app has that ability to tailor what you're looking at. And so I began using this back in June 2020. And I remember the first time, actually, I was just talking to Jeremy on Neuro FM, a shout out to his podcast. I was just talking in his podcast about how the first time I used the Pause app, and again, that's Pause, I took a 1 minute pause. And I believe I was laying on the floor in my bedroom and I played it for, I'm like, okay, I can do 1 minute. I think I can do 1 minute. I'll make sure the kids are all, they were watching something on TV. I can get away for 1 minute, and I listened to it, and I was just laying down. And after that 1 minute, I was shocked. I'm like, oh my goodness, I feel kind of good. Like, I don't feel like I'm running crazy right now. Like, this felt really nice. And I immediately did like another pause right afterwards. And that became a good type of addicting. Like, I wanted more of it. Like, this is really helpful. And it's the music, it's the prompts, it's the words, it's the pictures, all of it together. There's prompts to do some deep breathing and letting go of problems. And I found myself slowly incorporating this into my life. So using the Journey View Planner, I'd write in my planner a pause app. I just write it down in there, and I knew what that meant for me. And I try to figure out when is the best time. I try to use it sometimes in the day when after I had a difficult interaction. It might be a difficult communication with my spouse, or maybe it was sensory overwhelmed with my kids. Something would happen, and I would try using it right afterwards. But I found sometimes it was tricky for me to remember that. What it did work for me was bedtime. I would play the pause, and there's different minutes. There's a 1 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute, 10 minute, and then there are also 30-day. How I want to explain this, like a 30-day session, so you can listen to something in the morning and the night for 30 days if you wanted to go through something more in depth. And I began when I went to bed at night, I would play one of these because my mind was going, my body. I mean, let's think about this. Sometimes our body, we were just running a marathon for right up to bedtime, and now we're going to say, okay, it's time to go to bed. And our body's like, oh no, you just told me all day that we are in fighting mode and I'm not done yet. And so listening to the Pause app helped me to downshift my gears so I could be, oh yeah, I'm ready to go to bed now. Now, are you ready for this, friends? When I was talking to Jeremy on the Neuro FM podcast, I was thinking, oh, I had 7,000 minutes total. Like, I thought it was something like that. Okay, since June of 2020, this is for you to understand how stressful my life has been in moments. I have done 2,198 pauses. That's how many times I have used the app. My total minutes, I have 23,000 minutes. 23,000 minutes I have used the Pause app. Oh my goodness. That is evidence right there of tiny steps. But this is what I hope this encourages you. I started with 1 minute. You know, this is over 6 years I have that many minutes, but I began with just 1 minute, and it keeps track. And now they have a function where you can put down how are you feeling. You can assess your feelings, and you can assess what areas of your life are making you feel that way. And there's something about acknowledging, like taking that moment and to acknowledge how you feel, I find can be very powerful, especially if you're always in the go, go, go. So another extra bonus there. So a big shout out to the Pause app. That one I think is just phenomenal. Okay, the next one that has come up recently It does not have the tracking method like the Pause app, but this is from Life Model Works. You've heard me mention many times about Dr. Jim Wilder's work. I really appreciate his books and his research and what he has learned about the mind and how we can work with our body and our mind to calm ourselves and to handle sometimes difficult situations. And Life Model Works, they have an app called Healing Heart. That's Healing Heart. And that app walks you through different adorations, different moments where you can slow down and connect with God. Again, this one is faith based, but they're very short and it's a different setup than the Pause app, but not in a good or bad way. It's a just different method. And you're able to listen to these right after another, or you can listen to one and take a break. But what I love is that it's calming and it helps me assess where my mind and heart is. Do I have bitterness? Do I have this thought like this is never going to change? It really helps me assess my thinking process. So I encourage you to check out the Life Model Works, their Healing Heart. And if as a suggestion of how you can implement this in your life. Again, I want to give you information. So if you didn't even have the Journey of You planner, but like, I want to do this on my own, you can write down in a post-it note, like, okay, I am going to use just one time this week, you're going to use one of these apps. So it actually might need to be this. One, this week you're going to download one of these apps, or maybe both of them. And then the following week, because I believe in tiny steps, because if downloading this app is like that's your max what you can do, that's fine. Next week, you're going to use one of them and just do either a 1 minute pause or 3 minute pause, or you're going to use one of the adoration segments that they have in the Healing Heart, and you're going to listen just to one of them. And you will find that you can find 1 to 3 minutes in a week for yourself. Like, it is possible. Now, if you may have to go hide in that bathroom, you may have to go into a closet, or I've done it in the car. You curl up in the bathroom rug. I mean, there might be some different places you need to find to do this, but the point is that you say yes to yourself for 1 to 3 minutes, maybe up to 5, and listen to it. And you start there. Once a week, you're doing either a pause or the Healing Hearts. And you keep doing that once a week. And then eventually, you're going to get to doing 2 times a week. And then it will grow. And you will discover, as the more often you take these moments for your mental and emotional health, you will begin feeling this positive reinforcement from doing so. You're going to find that you are getting something filled inside yourself. You're feeling a little bit of resilience. You have more patience, or you have the ability to have more energy. You're able to go longer than you did before. And so again, I encourage you, listen, super simple. This week, you're just going to download the apps. And I'll link them in the show notes. Next week, you're going to use it one time, just one time. And what you can do is, like, every time you see the next week podcast episode comes up, and you'll say, oh my goodness, I remember Christina said this and I haven't done it yet. So usually it's on Wednesday was when I upload the podcast episode. So make it be that by Wednesday, you've used one of these apps. Or maybe you already have something that you really love and you're using it. The point is that you're doing it. And you can send me a message at Christina Marie Papery on Instagram or on Facebook. I would love to hear from you and that you did it. Like, it can be something simple. I did it, Christina. I did it. I downloaded the app 1 week and then I used it. I did it. Like, that's a humongous celebration. And I would love to celebrate with you. And because I understand that there was so much noise and resistance you had to work through to get to that point. And I would love to celebrate with you. Again, the 2 apps was the Pause app from John Eldredge, and the other one is Life Model Works, their Healing Heart. And if you want to hear more about the Journey of You Planner, I will have a link for the Kickstarter in the show notes for you. Thank you so much for being with me today. I appreciate it. Hey, thank you for joining me today. I pray this episode gave you encouragement to take one small step. If so, please leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts to help other women find this show. By the way, if you're loving this conversation and want more encouragement like this, join my email list at bit.ly/myselfcare. That is bit.ly/myselfcare. I have a planner launching soon that will help you put all this into action in your own life. I look forward to chatting with you again next week for another episode.